Hello, Dr. Urban here, and I want to talk to you about light, in particular blue and bright light that emanates from our computer screens, our TV screens, and all that, because we're getting more and more likely to get more because blue light, for example, works very well with the companies that produce the output, and it's cheaper for them. Blue light is larger wavelength, more powerful, and it creates problems because it penetrates more into the head, iris, and part of the eye. But I want you to think about two issues. There's the blue light, and there's the blue light issues and the non-blue light issues. We've talked about blue light. Think about that as hormonal, where you're getting melanopsin and melatonin disturbances because of the excess blue light. It just is. You can research that. The other thing the other category is non-blue light issues like glare, brightness, flicker rate, um, and on it goes. So I came across what I think is a great app. It's called Iris, Iris Pro, and there's a 1 week trial. I have an app link. But anyway, what that does is cuts down on the blue and the glare and that sort of thing. It was developed by a fellow named Dan Georgiev. I believe he's from um, Albania, and he's a genius. He noticed that his refractory index in his eye, refraction settings, changed. He developed symptoms and he wanted to do something about it. He tried to work with Eflux, which, by the way, I believe his product is better. But anyway, Iris was then developed, and now it's available. You can look at it with me in the second half of this video. So think about blue light. Why? Who cares about blue light? Well, people are symptomatic, and you're going to get more blue light. You just are. And maybe you want to do something about it. I've noticed a big difference in the 6 months that I've had this. I didn't know that Flux was doing anything but Iris has manual settings. So you can set your settings automatically or you can set them manually, and there are about 10 settings. And so we're going to get into that in a minute. So consider addressing the brightness and the glare and the blue light of your screen. I noticed that once I changed and started using Iris, I was more aware of glare, brightness, and stuff like that. It really helped. And so I'm very happy that I went the way I did. You might want to consider it. There's more to talk about in the second half of the video. This is the second part of the video about light. Blue light, bright light, computer light, TV light, and how we're getting too much and what you can do about it. So let's go to my screen here with the many icons, and I'm looking for this item upper right called Iris from iris.com. It's better than f.lux in that you can do manual settings. Why is that important? Because if you're, for example, a programmer and you need some graphics, you may want the graphics to be true in their color. So let's look at Iris. Easily installed. I left a link to Iris, and here we go. Iris is installed. Now you have manual or automatic. I leave it on manual because I want to change it manually, and I want to know when I'm changing it. There are several settings, levels of blocking. Now I use the health one because Dan Georgiev, who invented this or discovered this, put the app together, that's what he uses, and he recommends it as the broadest for health. But there are other choices. Here we go. This is sleep. Notice how all of a sudden there's red light. And so you may want to put it in a little less of the blue light in your room. Let's go to another one. Reading. I'm going to go quickly because it takes a while, and there are several choices. See the reading? That's more of a black and white. And by the way, my screen, well, I'll show you my screen. Now let's go to another one. Let's go to programming. Okay, you're a programmer. You spend a lot of time and you want to cut down on the glare. There you go. That's for real. You can keep it on that with the manual setting. Here's the manual setting. Programming. Let's go to Biohacker. and you can choose the one. Okay, that seems to be another red. And let's go to another one. Let's go to sunglasses. It is what it is. Dark setting, which you would set up manually, and like it, yes or no. Now, I have, you notice here, I have a red wallpaper, which is better than, which is my choice. I have a link to it in the description below if you want to put the same red wallpaper or get your own. It's not, though, going to do the job that Iris is going to do, and Iris is better than Flux. Let's finish this out. Movie. Movie. A little brighter. Actually, a little too bright for me. I've noticed now that I'm in the game, and here's overlay. Okay, so you have the red wallpaper link. You're going to have a link to Iris, and you want to consider maybe reducing the red, the blue, the glare and the flicker and the blue light, the bright light in your computer. For you may not have symptomatic eye problems now, but maybe you do. And so if you're not into changing your light, okay, then you could ignore this. But I would suggest long term that you may want to get this Iris, and there's a link to it in the description below, along with that link to the red wallpaper.